Hi there. How are you doing today? I trust your shuttle ride over here was relatively pleasant. A bit crowded, that's understandable. Yeah, space is quite limited at the moment. You're here for the Cylon detector test, correct? Okay. Now, I want you to know before we begin that this isn't a blood test. Dr. Baltar is having a bit of a hard time when it comes to the time frame in which blood tests take. And seeing as the fleet has a current population of about 50,000, and each test takes 11 hours to get results out of, you can see where they'd run into a bit of a problem. Yes, I'm his assistant. I'm glad that you could make it. We chose this particular ship, Cloud9, because it simulates a planetary environment. As you can see, we have some very natural looking sunlight, and you might be able to hear the sounds of birds chirping and leaves rustling. So that's why we chose it, so that these tests can be as calming as possible. Okay? Okay. Well, today I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and I am going to watch your response. And these are very standard questions that I think every colonial should have an easy answer to. Yes? Okay. Well, let's start with the personal information. Can you tell me which of the 12 colonies you were born on? Erelon? Okay, yeah, I was born there as well. But you moved to Caprica and you stayed there until, of course, the attack on the colonies, right? Okay. Alright, can you tell me if you have any family members that served in the colonial military, be they Viper pilots, Raptor pilots, mechanics, command, Marines, anything like that? Okay, you did, and that was your father. Okay, and he served in the first Cylon War. Okay. As you're aware, Cylon technology has advanced since then, so that's why we're kind of screening everyone, for internal security purposes. Okay. Alright. Were you raised in a religious family? Okay. And do you hold the belief in Kobol, in the 12 Lords of Kobol, and in prophecy, cyclical time, and all of that? You do? Okay. And which one of the gods do you personally pray to a lot? Athena? Okay. Alright, well, everything from your body language so far seems to be matching up with normal human parameters, so that's always a good thing. And now that we are done with the personal questions, can you just give me some information as to what your role in the fleet is now? Okay. Okay, and which ship did you come from again? Okay, so you live on the Galactica. Okay, that's great. Well, now we are going to test your reflexes. Okay? I have a pen that I want you to follow with your eyes. Let me get a bit closer to you. Okay. Can you see it all right? Okay. So I want you to follow this pen without moving your head. Okay, and tell me when you can't see it. Okay. 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 Alright. Well, everything seems good so far. We're just gonna go across your line of vision one more time. Okay. Alright. Well, your eyes seem to be operating within, again, normal parameters. Of course, everyone's different when it comes to their reflexes, but there is nothing really abnormal, okay? Alright. Okay. Now, because you are living on the Galactica and you are close to several key military and political figures, we're going to have to ask you a few more questions, but nothing that is too hard to answer for a normal colonial citizen that is well informed on current events. Okay? Alright. Okay, so how do you feel towards Galactica's commander? Yeah, William Adama. Okay. Yeah, I think he's doing a really good job. Yep. Ever since he took over for Admiral Kane, he's been really a great leader, even since the day of the attack, so yeah. And now, how do you feel about Laura Roslin? Okay, so you like her? Alright, and by that I'd assume that you're going to be voting for her in the upcoming elections? Okay, no, it doesn't matter to me. Even though Dr. Baltar is running in the elections, I'm not allowed by the medical oath to have really any political biases towards my patients. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay? And how do you feel about the legislature, the Quorum of 12? You think they could stand to get a little bit more done when it comes to everyday fleet caretaking responsibilities? Yeah. Yeah, that's totally understandable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think everyone feels that way. They always argue amongst themselves, so... Alright, and for the last portion of this test, I will be showing you an object that you designated as something very close to you, something very personal. Yeah, sorry, there's a ship going by. Yeah, probably a raptor. Anyways. Okay, so you gave me this object, and I'm going to see if it elicits the same response from your controls that we have on record, or if you react differently. Okay, let me grab it real quick. You brought me your statue of Athena, which you said in previous questioning was one of the lords of Cobalt that you pray to the most. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me again how you came about having this object? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's very interesting. You got it. Yeah, an oracle gave it to you. Yeah, I got one of Aurora myself. Okay. Yeah, it looks a bit old. Kind of worn a little bit. But I think that adds some aesthetic value to it. Okay. Let me see if your reactions are normal. Okay. Okay, yeah. You reacted. Let me put this away. Yeah, you reacted within normal parameters again, so it's safe to say that you're not a Cylon. Yeah. Now, from what we do know about Cylons, we do know what some of the models, human-looking models, look like. Right. And I'm going to describe them to you, and you tell me if you've seen any one of these models. Have you seen a tall, blonde woman, white skin and blue eyes, who is also fond of wearing a red dress? No. Okay. Have you seen any of the Cylon models who are known as 8s? Yeah, I'm assuming you know what they look like because Sharon has been all over Fleet Wireless lately and at press conferences from Colonial 1. No, you haven't seen anyone that looks like Boomer? Okay. Have you seen a bald man with black skin and brown eyes? He often poses as a doctor. No. Okay. Have you seen a woman with dirty, blonde, straight hair who's also fond of wearing leather jackets? No, you haven't seen any 3s. Okay. Have you seen a shorter man with thin, brown hair who is also fond of wearing teal or brown jackets and who poses as a press correspondent? No. Okay. Have you seen a taller man with short, spiked, blonde grayish hair, blue-green eyes, and who often seems to talk a lot about monotheistic beliefs? No? Okay. Have you seen an older gentleman who is fond of posing as a colonial priest? He often wears a brown or black hat and sometimes a trench coat. No. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to think of if I missed anyone. Well, thank you for your time today. It's much appreciated, and your service to the colonial government will be noted. It's pretty safe to assume that you're not a Cylon at this point, so congratulations, you're human. Yeah, I love giving that news. Well, I wouldn't tell someone if they're a Cylon, I'd just call the guards and, throw them in the brig. But seeing as I didn't do that, it's safe to assume that you are, in fact, human. Okay. Well, you have a safe journey back to Galactica. And if you need any medical assistance, you can call any of the medical staff, which I am a part of, and we will get to you as soon as possible. Okay? Alright. Thank you.